Topaz Jace back for another daily review, and this one is to that J Dilla featuring Nas, The Sickness. And this is a track that's pretty much a bonus track off of an album that was once perceived to being lost, like J Dilla's vocal album that is about to get a release date. And for the last bunch of stuff that J Dilla's mom's done release from the lost tapes and shit that they found, I have been rather critical of most of it, man, because it's just not on the quality in which you kind of want to demand from J Dilla. And a lot of people are against that because this whole thing of if they're dead, you can never say anything negative about them or the music that's coming out, when I call bullshit on that. Like, I'd rather remember a deceased rapper for the best music that they put out, not the music that other people are putting out in order to profit from it. And on the real, if J Dilla actually wanted this vocal album, he would have fucking found it. Like, let me give you a fucking story about this. See, I have an album that I motherfucking lost that I'm really upset about that shit. Like, I wasn't even rapping on this shit. This was me just producing. I produced 95% of this motherfucking album, and musically, some of the best music that I've ever fucking done. Now, the rapper that I was dealing with, he was rather full of shit, but in the end, I was more focused on trying to make the best music that I possibly can and trying to promote that in order to get my name out there as a producer. But at the tail end of me putting the finishing touches on it, the computer at the studio started to act up and projects started getting deleted. So we decided, okay, let's go ahead and back up everything and then reboot the entire fucking computer. So we did that, backed up everything on DVDs, deleted the entire hard drive, rebooted it, man, got it right back up, and then we going through the DVDs, and guess which DVD didn't motherfucking work? If there was a physical copy of that music that I did, man, I would have fucking found it, and I would have made some adjustments to it, and I would have put that motherfucker out, but there wasn't. I looked. I definitely looked for a long fucking time. If J Dilla really wanted this project that's now about to get a release date, he would have found that shit. He would have got to it, and he would have did something with it while he was still alive. And we can kind of tell that he didn't care enough for it to search for it as we listen to the music, man, because there's nothing really great about this track here. That beat is far from the best that J Dilla has ever dropped. That verse, he's really just spitting on there, man. He really ain't dropping no core punchlines or anything about it. Then they threw Nas in there, man, who's rapping about his successes and the things that he's investing in and all of this stuff. And it comes off as a half-decent track, but not nothing on the level in which we kind of would demand from J Dilla if he was alive and healthy right now. But this concludes today's review, man, and now we're going to jump into a brief instrumental from underground producer King DJ before we take some of your questions. DJ made it more. So Music King says that I cannot review these projects within 24 hours of his first release date and shit, and I call bullshit on that. Because what he's talking about is Royce da 5'9's album and such, man, but yet I did a review for his mixtape within the first 24 hours of that release date, saying that this could be a top 5 project of this year. Did I hear from him? Did I hear any people complain about that shit? Did anybody say, oh, it's too soon to be saying that it could be top 5? Nah, didn't nobody motherfucking say that. But when you say something critical about their favorite artist, then nah, man, you can't be saying anything within the first 24 hours. Bullshit, and you motherfucking know it. Especially when I have a thorough understanding of these songs, I have a thorough understanding of his lyrics, and I understand what music I fucking like. So I'm really not with none of these motherfucking excuses that people trying to kick off. And lastly, I've been getting a bunch of people commenting, pretty much coming to the defense of Riff Raff, talking about, oh, how good he is, and I'd much rather have these mumbling rappers and shit out here. Like, dude, if you're trying to defend Riff Raff, that tells me a lot about you. Like, they're not saying anything about how his lyrics didn't make any fucking sense. They're merely just hating on other people in order to defend this guy who's a terrible fucking rapper. Like, you guys look just as much of a clown as he does. I hope you enjoyed the show. You can follow me at Twitter up there, and you can go to downloadpass.com, that's down there, to read today's article.